Hi everyone, today we're going to be learning about the 3-methyl-1-pentanol molecule using the Snatoms building kit. But first, let's learn more about this molecule. So here we have C6H14O as the molecular formula, with our carbons here, here, here. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6 on this methyl group. We have 14 hydrogens. That is going to be 3 hydrogens here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And our one oxygen is attached to this alcohol group. We have 0 degrees of unsaturation, which means we have no pi bonds and no rings. Our 2 functional groups are alkanes, which are just hydrocarbons bonded together by single bonds. That would be this. And we have our alcohol group that is right here, designated by the OH. Our molecular weight is 102.174 grams per mole. Melting point is negative 48.42 Celsius. Boiling point range is 151 to 152 Celsius. And our physical state at 25 Celsius is a liquid. Looking at our bonds, again, we have 20. We have sp3 hybridization, 6 of those, meaning that there's a carbon with 4 different things attached. That is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next, we have our methyl groups, our methylene groups, and our methine groups. Those can be found 2 methyl groups here, 2 methine groups, or excuse me, methylene groups, 3 methylene groups here, here, and here, and our 1 methine group here. And now to begin building our molecule. So as we see here, we're going to be using the Snatoms kit, and let's just see what colors are designated for what atoms. So here we're going to have an oxygen atom, we're going to have our 14 hydrogens, and our 6 carbons. So as we mentioned before, our molecule only has 20 sigma bonds with no pi bonds. So these bonds are just going to snap directly onto each other to show that sigma bond. And we're going to create a 5-chain carbon right here. And then we're going to add on the 3rd carbon that other carbon to make that methyl group. So this is where we're at right now. Now we're going to start adding our hydrogens. So on the left side of the molecule, we have a methyl group. So that is 1 carbon with 3 hydrogens. Here's our 3 hydrogens. Next, we have a methylene group, which is going to be 2 hydrogens. Next, we have a methine group, which is going to have 1 hydrogen, but attached to that methine group, we have another methyl group with another 3 hydrogens coming off that 3rd carbon, just like that. It's starting to get pretty busy now. And then we have another methylene group with 2 more hydrogens. And finally, we have, we're going to add our oxygen on at the end for our alcohol and add those final hydrogens to that methylene group and 1 more hydrogen to this oxygen to make that alcohol. So we see right here, this is our structure. Now for our functional groups. So as we can see, we have an alkane. This is just hydrocarbons, which carbon atoms are held together by single bonds. So as we mentioned before, all of these are single bonds. So this is an alkane. On the end over here, we have an alcohol, which is just this OH group attached to this carbon right here. So if we rotate it around, once again, doesn't change the function of groups. We just have our alcohol and our alkanes. Now for some molecular geometry, we have bent, trigonal planar, and trigonal pyramidal. So here's going to be our trigonal pyramidal with this 3rd carbon with the methyl group coming off. And then we have our trigonal planar, which is where we have our carbons with our 3 hydrogens for this methyl group over here and this methyl group. And then we have our bent coming from our methylene groups here and here.